All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope all is well. Let me get some stuff out of the way. That was a sound check, I'm guessing. Appreciate it. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Russell. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. So price is starting to rebound back into an area where I had a lot of interest in. Let's see if I can get this out of the way too. All right. So it's interesting because price is now slightly above a value area of last week. So there was um last week had three value areas inside of value. And the one that we're currently inside or slightly above is 204 37 roughly to 202 67. And we're kind of creeping back into a value area of last session, bottom of it. And I believe it had one. Yep. So it only had one value area of last session near the close of yesterday, which was 204.63, and kind of stalling there. So it's interesting that we're in IWM, we're playing the almost like taking stops out potentially from last week's value high of the third value high, if that makes sense. So it's three. The bottom one is the 204. When I say 204.30, 204.43 roughly to 202 something. So we're right at the top of that, near POC of yesterday, close of yesterday, near high, near inside of the high volume area of yesterday. There was a stack imbalance near 205.21 to 205.05. So it's a possibility we may creep into that and see a drop. That's also some confluence from the 26's value as well. In the maybe when cash open, which is like a minute and 40 seconds left, we may see a pop up into that. Again, we are at the top of that value from last week, the bottom one, the top of the bottom one. Hopefully that makes sense. Right at 204, I say 204.44, 204.43. And price just, it's slightly above that, but will not pierce it. It tried it at 920. Excuse me, tried it again at 915, tried it again at 920, tried it again in this candle, 925. Now, let's see what happens in the order flow. Book map is showing bids are in control. They're showing a lot of resting limit orders sitting in 204.80, 90, 205 flat, and 205.10. It would be nice if we have a pop up there too. 20 seconds, 25 seconds to cash open. I do have 205 puts and 204 puts right now. I got 204s in my watch in my active trader. But I would love us to pop a little higher, excuse me, in the 204s, maybe 205s to see that stacked unbalance and then drop. But 5 seconds until cash open. 204s are still $78 per contract, but the spread is a little wide. Okay, there's a stacked. They just created a stack on the sell side. All right, I'm gonna enter here 204 puts, $77 per contract. The spread's a little wide though. Okay, there we go. Good push, good push. $77 per contract was my entry. It still got that stack up there. 204.31. Still creating that stack. So in this candle, there's a nice stack imbalance. If we drop 204.31, I think we good. I'm looking for 87. Okay, there we go, sellers. Good way to push through. Good way to push through. Good job, sellers. So they did play the value high of last week. And I am going to do a video. All right, I just hit my first TP. Moving my stop from 77. I mean, moving my stop to 79 to lock in that profit. If we can get 90, 97, that'd be great, but don't look like I'm gonna get it if we push through. I'm still in profit, still in got profit, lock that in. 79 is where I move my stop to lock in profit and to pay for commissions. Right now is 88. Is it gonna not pay me to 10? I mean, pay me to 20? They still got a stack there, so that's what gave me the confidence. Yep, and I'm out my first half. So I didn't get the 20, but I got the 10, and this it better not push through now. It's gonna push through. Oh, why you want to play with my emotions? Yep. That's all right. I locked in my $10. Is it gonna push through now? It's gonna push through. That's okay. I stay disciplined. I'll take the $10 per contract. Yeah, I think it got all the way to 20, not 20, 15 if I'm not mistaken. Let me check to make sure I have nothing working. And they still have that stack push there. That stack did not move either, so they're still there. Okay. Yep, I'm all out at $10 per contract. See, these are the moments too that can bother you when like you get stopped out on your second part. Again, you protect the profit, but yep, and they're pushing through. So they did play the value high of the the bottom value high of last week, if that makes sense, and they're pushing through now. Yeah, they stopped me out. Say they wanted to take me out of the game. They said $10 is enough. And yeah, wow, they're really falling now. Let me see if it gets to 97. Even though I don't know why I'm doing that to myself. You know what? Let me focus on y'all. Coulda, shoulda, wouldas, or not don't belong in the game. All right, let's see what you all did. And it's still pushing through. So whatever your entry was, okay. Let's stop from the top here. Okay. So good. Sound check, sound checked. So 205s, yes, that I put that in the pre-market notes. I always put what I'm entering in, what I put in my watch list and what's on my active trader. I'm sorry, not 205. Apologies, 204s. I had 205s and 204s in my watch list, but I traded 204s. Sorry about that. Yep, it's in my pre-market notes. Yep. And I don't know if it hit 97. Wasn't looking, but it looks like it had a quick bounce higher. Lost audio for a few seconds. Ooh, sorry about that. Could you hear me enter? Say Russell, you got 90, 83. I think it got to 93, right? I think you should at least got 10. So should have done a limit order. Got 80. Okay, 80. I think it got to 90, so you at least should have got 10. My audio was cutting in and out. Oh man, sorry about that. Were you able to hear me enter? Oh, that's another stacked imbalance in this 5 minutes. All right, so eight 70. Let me make this a little bigger. I'm using a snowball too. I don't know why we're cutting it out. All right, 78 to 96. I'm sorry, 78 to 86. Fire. Sorry about the audio, guys. I'm not sure why. All right, 78 to 87. All out profit. Fire. 81 to 88. You got a trailing, one trail. You probably would have got stopped out with that trail. Well, that's fire. Another great trade with a bad fill. Yeah, so that means okay, Russell, that means even with that fill, you got profit also. Yeah, they had a nice stack. So they played the value, and I'm gonna do a video of this. I'm trying not to mix words. They played the bottom value of last session, and I'll explain that. Actually, I'm recording today, so I'll explain that after I go through how you guys did. Trailing stop hit at 81. Okay, so you basically at field price. Okay. So you had to eat some commissions on that one. 77 to 87, fire. 79 to 87, fire pound Q. Just $2 off from me. Got unlucky with the field, was still a good trade. Yep. All right. 83 to 94, holding the runner. So that runner probably gone now, but good stuff. The tip on working on limit orders worked out. Fire. Okay. Yeah, I mean, how you guys place your orders and how you structure your pay structure, that's all preference. So if it works and if it's working out, awesome. 77 to 91, fire. So you did a limit order. Awesome, TC. Yeah, yeah. TP on futures, 79 to 89 and then 80. Okay, so you practice that discipline, locked in that profit, and make sure that you didn't turn a winning day into a losing day. Good discipline. And they hit that stacked imbalance and falling again. That was created the first 5 minutes. The sellers are still in the building. All right, let's see. 10 contracts filled at 79, 5 at 84, 4 at 86, one stopped at 84, moved. Okay, a little aggressive. Still, money is money. Green is green. Good discipline too. Awesome. And then 83, and then hit 93. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. It didn't go to 93. I could have sworn we hit 93. Or did it hit 90? 'Cause I know I don't think I was really close to 20. So maybe you may be right on that one. I thought it did. It must have hit 90 'cause it looks like some of you I got 90. So maybe 93 didn't hit. 81 to 89, then out at 84. So you protected that profit. Good discipline. Awesome. 78 to three at okay. So in at 78, you took three off the table at 87, and then one at 90. Fire, fire, fire. Yep, they hit that stack and balance again, and the sellers are still there. The sellers are still there. Small profit with futures. Trying a new broker. That's fire. 83 to 91, fire. So not the best fill, but not the worst either. Out at 91, very successful trade. Okay, awesome. Uh, yeah, I mean that if you would have held it, depending on what your runner was, you may still be in it, depending on how tight your runner is. But they definitely hit that stacked imbalance, and now they're back selling again right here. So since I'm recording, I'm gonna point it out. Here's a stacked imbalance right here. So if you guys review the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Here's a stacked imbalance from here to here, right at 204.57 to 204.48. They created it in the first 5 minutes. Second 5 minutes came to it, filled those orders, and now they fills it back in control. Now I need to find what I did with the. There we go. Yep, and the sellers are back in there. So 80 to 91, and then 82 to protect the profit. Uh, okay, perfect. I'm glad you guys were able to hear me, even though it cut out. It was fine on your end. Awesome. Audio was awesome. Okay, it's awesome. So it looks like for some, not some. Okay. Ooh, look at that drop now. Look for a base hit looking for a base hit again today. 16 at 78, so not bad entry. Just $1 off for me and out at 80, 86. So 78 to 86. Awesome. 77 to 87, fire. 79 to 87. Ooh, look at that drop. Small win for you. Awesome. So you guys, I know there was a lot of talk about changing your pay structure. It looks like it's working out. You was on a bus and using public internet. Okay. You got 30. Awesome. Yep. Have a great weekend. Uh, Interlay due to audio cut. Yeah, I apologize. I don't know why it cut it out. It seemed like some it did, some it didn't. So I'm not sure if it was, who in was it, but I'll take that. Uh, you used the limit order. Did that mean sport bike? Did that mean that you entered with the limit order? Because it did pull back a little bit from the 77 that I entered in. So you may have been able to enter at 77 or 80. 78, exit at 84, and then at 90, 89. Good stuff. Good discipline. I really like how you guys are practicing discipline too. Not turning a winning day into a losing day by protecting the profits you locked in. That is awesome. 78 to 85 and then 87. You keeping your TP close to entry. Okay, fire. All right, 80 to 92. Awesome. You started to stay in after seeing the continuations. Yeah, so they definitely hit that and once you go back, I post this video, you'll see what I'm talking about. The stacked imbalance that they created on the first five. The second five, they went right to it, hit it again, and now they're really dropping it. So awesome for you for seeing that. I don't know if you've seen the imbalance part of it, but awesome for you for seeing that. And at 77 out at 103. Fire. Great job again. Thank you. Just gotta get my mojo back. That's it. Uh, thank you for saying that, Russell. I appreciate that, love. Uh, love, love, love. We got one more day of the trading month on Monday, and then we'll be done with this March mess. All right, it looks like I hit all the way at the end, and the sellers are still dropping it. Wow. And I don't see any buy side orders on the books that would make you think we will buy up. I mean, there's orders on the books, but they're small sell side limit orders. So if you still holding on to the run, it is at 122, so $122 right now from 77 or 80, depending on where you entry at. Okay. Nice. $131, 10 contracts, fire. Yeah, for those of you maybe still holding on to a runner, depending on how tight it was, lock in that profit as it move because it will bounce back. They will start taking profits. They already broke the first sign of resistance at roughly 203.88, and now they just hit the second at 203.35. That doesn't mean it won't break through it, but that's a good place to take profits for sure, or at least move your stop. Okay, that's fire though. All right. Is there any questions? Any questions? Anything that anybody want to say before we wrap up this great way to end the week? I know this week has been kind of up and down. A good way to end it. Nice bad trader, awesome. Fire. Good stuff. Yeah, that second um stacked and balanced. So I always do three, right? You can do a stack of two because that's technically a stack, but three or more is more powerful. And but what really caught my eye too, and since I'm recording, let me show it on here. Then I'll try to do another one to be even more clearer. But this is, and you'll see that I know I'm talking now, but you'll see it at on the recording. So right here, all right, it was last week's TPL. There is a volume puck here. If I can make it a little bigger here. There's deviation there, deviation here, and deviation here. So the market or IWM played the top of this deviation or I'm sorry, this deviation distribution. Three distributions. So the market played the top of this distribution, and which was right here, took out some stops and then dropped it down. And I'll try to make another one that's more clear to understand, but that's just the rough of what happened. All right. Is there any questions before I get out here? I see a few. Yeah, I'm gonna do it probably tonight. I may have the time to do it tonight for sure. But yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about at the end of this one, which will be posted sometime tonight, maybe. If not tonight, tomorrow. Yep, you're welcome for sure. Yeah, that's right, Pine Q. It's a marathon, not a sprint. But I really, like I said, I really appreciate, the ones that's on here that's trying to learn it. The saying of trying to fish for yourself. I think that is really awesome. So it takes a minute. It's learning this game you're not gonna learn it in a week or a month. Um, Now you guys know my journey, and my journey may not be like yours, but it took me forever to learn it. Uh, okay, cool. Well, have a great weekend, Pine Q. We'll see you on Tuesday. Texas Yeti for sure. Yeah, those books are awesome. Light. I gave one of them away, but the Mind Over Market is also a good one. Yep. Thank you, Russell. Yep. Barry for sure. Quick question. Yep, I got you. What you got? While you type in, let me open this office door because it gets hot. Hold 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Good. Are you in TOS? You're very welcome. Yep. Have a great weekend. Okay, still learning TOS. So how you move your stop, you basically just drag and drop or click it, drag and drop. Now, I will say TOS is they have a little, I don't know if it's a bug or issue where if you're close to your TP, your first TP, it may not let you move it. That's happened to me before. So I just leave it alone until it hits my first TP. Then you'll see the stop change with the quantity or the lot size, and then you'll move it no problem. Yep. I would say go into the simulator part of it or paper and just play around with it. You'll see what works or what don't. The way you're not risking money. Yep. Yep. You're very welcome. Good question. Nice way to end the week for sure. You're very welcome. Yep, David, have a great one. You're welcome. Yep. Blue Devil, appreciate it. All right, everyone. Yeah, it happened to me before. Yeah, for sure, bad trader. It always happens when you're close to your first TP for me. That's been my experience. So I just leave it alone until it actually changes. All right, everyone. Well, great way to end the week, and they're still dropping it. Man, if you have a runner, Lord have mercy, you will be loving life right now. It is at now a dollar, 126 or 36 from 77. And I have those thoughts too. I try not to think about them as much, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, would if I would have left a runner, how much am I, but I'm more disciplined than anything. So what makes my day is to hit my TPs, and I'm okay with that. Mm, Vic's popping. Yep, it's popping up for sure. I think you were the one that kind of mentioned about the popping of VIX equaling, yep, that was good, equaling a drop and then vice versa. I mean, there's something to that. I've never paid attention to that sequence, but it's making sense. To me, it's just a measure of emotion, but I see what you're saying though, for sure. Okay, more reliable in the morning. I mean, was this the third, fourth time we've seen this happen? So it's been consistent. Greed and fear, 1000%. That's exactly why I just take my goal. I've got um a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money trying to be greedy. All right. If there is no other questions, I am going to be out of here. I should have this posted later tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow. And then I will try to do a video for you all when it comes to multiple distributions or multiple values inside of value. And and if it hopefully it lights a fire, not light a fire, but turn on a light for you to kind of go, oh, because it did for me. So all right, everyone, have a great one. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk on Monday.